Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode from Pro Engineering. I've got some good stuff for this episode. Anybody used to this channel is aware of my obsession with lighting. Picked up this new set from My Trick RC. This is the Sq1 Controller, which apparently is very new and is more on their cost-effective side of things. You can see that it's got a bunch of stuff that comes with it, but I've also picked up some additional hardware for this. Let's open this up. Here are some installation hardware. These little things I find that are often overlooked. These help you to route the wiring in the body and just really tidy things up, so don't toss those aside. Here are quite a number of LEDs, and this here is the main controller. All right, so it's got some Velcro on the bottom. This little button here will set up different programs, and then we've got quite a number of plugs. So what's cool about this, okay, you can see there's only 6 plugs. That doesn't mean you can't run more than 6 different lighting effects. You've also got the option to run these little Y splitters. Now there are some that go from 1 to 2, and there also are some that go from 1 to 3. However, My Trick RC has informed me that this is not something that you can add on to exponentially. The greater the number of LEDs, the dimmer they will get, which makes perfect sense. Now here we are being told to go to the website to check out the instructions, which I think is a good idea because otherwise we're wasting a lot of paper. So we'll just go there, do as they say, and search Sq1. Now this comes in a couple of configurations. In this case, this is the Attack Afterburner kit, which is designed for drift cars. And as you can see, it comes with all the stuff down here. You can start off by buying this kit just the way it is. You can also, in a moment, you'll see it on the internet, but you can also go on there and customize it by adding splitters, additional LEDs. You can also go on to the page for just the Sq1 and just pick and choose exactly what you want for your application. Links to all this are in the description. Now on their website, you can see here that we've got, basic information about the Sq1, but more importantly down here, you can select the controller, which you probably kind of need. Here's your servo Y cable. Perhaps you've got your own. You don't have to get another one, but you can get it here. Here's your 9-volt adapter. So in the event you don't want to run it off the car, you want to run it off a 9-volt power source, you can there. Here's the 2-way expander. Secondly, you've got your 3-way LED. And then down here is where you select the LEDs that you want. Here we've got 5mm, 3mm, so just make sure that you pick the correct diameter. These are all single LEDs and these are all dual LEDs. And then down here you'll get your subtotal and you click that little button and you're good to go. I really like this interface because it allows you to really customize what you want. All right, let's search. First thing that shows up is the instruction manual. And very nicely, we've got all the information ahead of us, and this is quite a lovely manual here. One thing to note here is that we have a single Y harness that goes to the controller as well to the motor. There's nothing here for a turn signal, and that is because in this particular product, it does not have left and right turn signals. Anybody out there with a crawler, a trail truck, any kind of vehicle that wouldn't usually use a left or right turn signal, this is the way to go. All right, this is potentially the most important page of the manual. We can see here how the ports are listed, and then down here what they all do. This is for mode 0, which is all off. So if you wanted to have the lighting off during the day, this is the mode you would be in. All LEDs on. So mode 2 has dim headlight as well as dim taillights. So mode 3 has dim headlights with tail and brake lights. Reverse as well as backfire. That'll be interesting. Mode 4 is what I'm looking for. It's got our full headlights, operational tail and brake lights in reverse, as well as the back. Again, the backfires, I don't know how that works. Let's take a look at that. Mode 5 is for random, when you park your RC car at the rave. 6 is strobe headlights for when you're back at your car at the rave. Just joking. I know this is probably for drifting. Let's start with our white headlights, I would imagine. So we have a headlight A and headlight B, which are going to go into this port and this port. These are for both white headlights. Okay, so I've got my white headlights. I've got my yellow fog lights. Here they're just called, here's just headlight port A and B. Amber is our running lights. D, our reverse. Tail is red, and then for backfire, I went ahead and threw in the red ones. Next, we'll plug this connector into the splitter. Okay, again, just making sure that our wire colors match. And I have gone ahead and whipped up this little nonsense to plug things in and look less ridiculous than I do previously. So let's go ahead and unplug the speed control there, plug in the speed control. Yeah, just confirming the wires all match up. And then we'll plug this into the receiver in the second port. Let's turn the system on. So starting at the first time, we are at mode 0, which is all off. Press our mode button. Here is all on. Now mode 2 will give us our dim headlights. Okay, so we're flashing the hazards because it also does hazards after 15 seconds of inactivity. So we'll accelerate. So there's our headlights. Dim taillights at the brakes. So in this case here, the reverse lights are going to be brake lights. We'll go to mode 3. Okay, so for mode 3, we still have the dim headlights, but for that one, we have got reverse lights. So our brakes, reverse. Mode 4 should brighten our headlights. Nice. And we'll still get our accelerating, braking, reverse, and our backfiring. I have so many uses for this. Okay, mode 5. Just random flashing. Let's accelerate. There we go. And mode 6 is only random flashing headlights, but we still get operational. Yeah, we operational taillights and reverse lights. All right, let's go back to our favorite mode. So that's back to 0, mode 1, mode 2, mode 3, mode 4. I know what you're thinking, that's going to be horrible to have to set it back to mode 4 every single time. Well, let's see if that's the case. So we'll shut that off. Let's go ahead and unplug the battery just to make sure that all the power is gone. Turn it back on, make sure that all the caps are drained. Plug this back in. And turn these back on. And I would say it should start at mode 4. Okay, so there you are, mode 4. Accelerate, brake, reverse. Really easy to set this thing up here. I love how long this cable is. Usually, at least in my experience, it's very, very short, and this ends up meaning that when you want to remove the body, you've got about 3 inches to lift the body up, wedge your hand in there and unplug it. This is not the case, so that's really, really nice. And yeah, fine, it doesn't have left and right turn signals, but to be honest, there aren't that many applications that I want to have the turn signals, so I think this is the way to go. Now, the last thing I wanted to do is plug in the Y splitter into a single port. And you can see here that I have 2 pairs of whites, both plugged into a single port. So that is great. This means that I can have headlights or quad headlights, headlights and fog lights, whatever. Now, what I can't have are yellow and white together, or white and red. White has a higher current draw than red or yellow, and this means that the white is not going to work when the lower current draw ones are plugged in. Now these keep shutting off because they're on the hazard mode. This will really allow you to customize the number of lights that you can have on this Sq1 here. Now again, this is called the Sq1 from MyTrickRC. You can get that from their website, mytrickrc.com. And I've got a place this is going to go, so you'll be seeing this again very soon. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.